as red. She's got the spices, smile so bright. Cooking with Judith right by my side. By my side. Chop, chop, sizzle, frying pan heat. From pancakes to a fancy feast. Cooking with Judith, fun to say the least.
Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. And today I wanted to do a steamed fish. So I happen to have some Round Scad in the freezer. So I thought I'd use those. In the Asian style with some ginger, cilantro, green onions, and then make a sauce with some Ponzu Sauce, Shoxing Wine, and Toasted Sesame Oil. So first thing we need to do is clean our fish. These were frozen whole, so they still have their internal organs present. So we're going to have to clean them up. So you want a plate that is hopefully rimmed and it's going to fit the fish without having to stack them. But it also needs to fit in your steamer. I have a lovely big steamer basket. So then we start with the aromatics. We're going to slice some ginger and some scallions or green onions, whatever you prefer to call them, and a little bit of cilantro. We're going to save most of the cilantro, put that where you can see it. We're going to save most of the cilantro for later. It will go on at the end of cooking so that it's fresh. So let's start. To clean your ginger, or to peel your ginger, you really don't have to do a lot. You just want about 2 inches. You can use a spoon and just scrape. And it is New Year's Eve and the sirens are pretty much continuous today. Of course, if your ginger is really clean, you don't even need to peel it. So just push that out of the way. And we are going to slice our ginger. And then cut the slices in half. Oops. Most of them anyway. Then we want to julienne the rest. Okay, set those aside. And we want our scallions. Although I am more used to calling them green onions. But I am trying to be a little more cultured, I guess. We're just going to cut them into about 2-inch lengths. And if the ends are nasty, cut them off. And we're going to put the greens aside. And we are going to julienne the white parts and part of the green, just where it changes from green to white, the thick bit. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we are going to put the greens that we sliced in the bottom of our dish. Yes, there's blood in there. That's okay. It'll cook. There will be blood in there no matter what you do. And we're going to put some of our sliced onion inside. And some of the julienne ginger. And the green onion underneath, and we can also put some ginger underneath. This is just so both sides of the fish get the ginger and green onion treatment. So on top, we're going to lay our sections of ginger and the rest of the green onion. Now we are going to cut more green onion later, and that will go on top just before we finish cooking. So let's get our cilantro. You can leave the cilantro out if you don't like cilantro, and just break it up. Stems and all, it's fine. Now we need a vessel to hold some water. You can use a wok, a big pot, whatever you've got that will fit underneath your steamer basket and hold enough water so that it can steam for about 20 minutes. If you don't have a steamer basket, what you can do is put a wire rack in your wok and put your plate on that and then cover it with the wok lid. So while I wait for some water to boil, because I don't want to have to wait while it boils in the wok, we're going to get our garnish and sauce ready. So I have, very quickly, julienne, some more, one more green onion, a bit more ginger, and I've got a handful of cilantro prepared. So for our sauce, I'm going to use a tablespoon of Ponzu Sauce, which is a citrusy soy sauce, basically. Half a tablespoon of Shoxing Wine. And just a little less than half a tablespoon of Toasted Sesame Oil. I also want just a touch of white pepper. So let's stir that together. Let's see what we've got. Now this is not going to go in the fish while it cooks. This will go on the fish after it's cooked. As you know, sesame oil can't stand the heat, really. You will lose the flavor if you cook with it. Okay, let's give that a taste. Okay, there's the pepper. Definitely have the sesame oil. I think what we need is some fish sauce. It's definitely missing the salty component. So, about half a teaspoon. Yeah, that is perfect. And I think our water is just about boiled. So time to move over to the stove. Okay, now that our water has boiled, just going to pour in about a liter of water into our pan, turn our burner on high, and put our steamer basket on top. Maybe a little bit off center there. Okay. Now, as soon as the temperature comes up and the water is actually boiling again, it shouldn't take long, we're going to turn the heat down. We don't want to boil it dry. It is going to take a while to cook. So 20 minutes have elapsed, and let's see how our fishies are doing. Eyes are white, which indicates they're done. let's just check. How are we feeling? Yeah. So what we want to do is strain off the liquid. Get hold of the dish. And I'm just going to strain it into a bowl. There we go. Okay. So we'll turn that off. You can actually remove that wok. You don't want to put your hot plate on a cold surface. It will break. So let's just get rid of it. What I'm doing now is heating some oil in a pot. If you wanted to wipe your wok out and do it in the wok, that's perfectly fine. In fact, that's the way it's usually done. But I just really didn't want to take the chance that there would be any water in it so it would spatter. So I'm just waiting for this to come up to really hot, because we're going to pour that over our fish. Before we pour our hot oil over our fish, we are going to put the rest of our green onions and ginger over. And about 3/4 of our cilantro. Yes, a lot of cilantro. Okay. And when your oil is shimmering, turn off. And I should have done that from the other angle, but oops. So now the last bit is pouring on our sauce we made and some fresh cilantro just to make it pretty. There we go. And I realize I chose a mostly green plate to put on a mostly green food. Oops. Oh well, I'm sure we can survive. So let's get down to our mackerel, or scad, which is a type of mackerel. Oh yes, comes apart nicely, nice and flaky. I have some rice to go with. Very nice, flavorful. Not too spicy with the pepper and the ginger. And believe it or not, even after pouring hot oil over it, not too oily. It is absolutely lovely. So let's get the backbone out of there. Get the spine out. And it will just pull off. I'm going to take the head off at the same time. There we go. It takes care of most of the bones. Now you could serve this with some lime or calamansi if you have that available to you. Do watch out for bones. They are there. I think I just got one. It's delicious. Oh, I just got a big chunk of ginger. That's nice. Refreshing. Well, I thank you for watching. I hope you liked the recipe. Hope you liked the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share with your friends. Make a comment. Everything you do helps the algorithm, and I seriously appreciate it so much. This is so good. It's actually a wonderful, wonderful dish to serve. Maybe not for a really fancy occasion, as it is a little messy. But if you have people that like fish and like ginger and cilantro, this is a winner. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon with a new video. Cheers!